This is 5 Minutes on the Side with Cael. I have my dad here today, and our topic is exercise.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about exercise. And I know you exercise and stay busy quite a bit. And now you're doing something with your school, Spencer Elementary. Tell me a little bit about that. What's it called and what's it entail?
It's called Relay Recess, and you set a goal for 7 days a week. And if you meet your goal, then you might get a prize or something. And we're helping raise money for people who have cancer.
Okay, for Relay for Life.
Yep.
That's a pretty big event around here. I know we have some folks in our family that are cancer-stricken, and we participate.
A couple teachers.
Yep, and some teachers that have touched your life. So yes, Relay for Life, a big, wonderful event here in Spencer and Roane County, and we have a lot of stuff going towards that. And part of preparing for that is Relay Recess. So the typical, it asks that you have a goal, 60 minutes a day for 5 days straight to help battle cancer in the way through exercise. So talk a little bit about your personal goal. What's your personal goal? Now the recommended is 60 minutes a day for 5 days. What's your goal?
14 hours for 7 days.
Okay, so 2 hours a day, 7 days in total.
Yep.
Okay, that's a pretty heavy goal. What made you set that goal?
Well, I'm pretty active, and I think I can do it.
Okay, so you're going to do 2 hours a day for 7 days straight,
Yep.
or a little more on particular days. Okay, tell me, I see you got day 1 and day 2. Tell me what you did on day 1. You started yesterday.
I rode for 2.5 hours and then had recess for 30 minutes.
Okay, what'd you ride?
My 65 and pit bike.
Okay, so you're riding a motorcycle and training for 2.5 hours total, and then you did 30 minutes of recess for a total of 3 hours. Okay, so you got 3 hours under your belt on the first day. You're a little ahead. What'd you do today so far? I see you've got written down.
I've done 30 minutes in recess so far.
Okay, so a little bit of recess at school, and then you're going to have to go home and do something for an hour and a half or so to stay on pace.
Yeah, I'm thinking of having Alex come over where I go to the Methodist property with our bikes.
Okay, so go out and ride your bicycles or hike or walk or jog or do something.
Yep.
Okay, sounds great. And Alex is one of your buddies that's in your class who's also doing this. Do you happen to know what his goal is by chance?
No, he hasn't told me.
Hasn't told me yet, so I'm sure you'll find out today when you're both filling out your papers. Okay, let's talk about some of the normal activities that you do that made you set that goal of 7 hours of exercise over, or 14 hours of exercise over a 7-day period.
Well, we're getting ready to go to Vegas, so
Okay.
I'm riding.
So you're riding and practicing on your motorcycle quite a bit. What other activities do you do when you're not doing that?
I go outside, play, run around, play football, and go out to the Methodist trail to shoot bow and walk and ride bikes.
Okay, so you stay outside a lot. You mentioned riding your bike, shooting your bow. You play with Alex. You guys play football and do all kinds of running around and stuff. What else do you do?
We
Let's see, bicycles, play normally, football stuff, motorcycles, skateboarding. You have a couple other activities, I'm sure, that keep you pretty busy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you stay pretty active. Let's talk about what you've done lately. And I see, yesterday you had ride motorcycles. If we'd have started this last week, what are some of the activities you've really been heavy into?
Riding.
Riding your motorcycle quite a bit. Okay. Let's show a little bit when you talk about training on your motorcycle. What are you talking about? And let's go to the first picture here.
Well, this is starts, and that's at Uncle Rod's.
Okay, who's running the starting gate for you?
Mom.
Got your mom running the starting gate, and this is practicing your starts, which is very important. That's the first aspect of a race, so do a lot of training on that. All right, let's go to the second picture. Where's this at?
Whoops.
Okay, whoops or whoopies. Okay.
Grandpa's made a new thing of whoops and another jump.
All right, and these whoops are pretty specific. What are they for?
Las Vegas is hard, big whoops.
Yep, so you'll go to a track here in a week and a half, and you'll have to race on a track that has really steep, pointed whoops. And in this one, you're trying to ride a wheelie through them a little bit to get a little bit more speed. All right, are these whoops pretty easy to ride through?
No.
No, what's it take to ride through them?
A good rider.
Okay, and then what kind of exercises do these mimic?
Pushing your bars back and forth and trying to keep your back straight.
Okay, so doing push-ups and probably doing squats. Yeah, so mimics a lot of exercise. Okay, going on to the next photo.
That's the new jump Grandpa's made.
Yep, Grandpa built you a jump so that you can practice coming out of a short corner and jumping a pretty big gap, and that's about a 30-foot gap. Talk a little bit about that. What's that take? What kind of training do you have to do for that?
A lot of wrist work and arm.
A lot of arms and wrist work, and then I see you're standing up straight. What happens when you land?
You got to take in the pressure.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure there when your legs squish down, so you got to have pretty strong legs. Okay, and then we'll talk a little bit about what all goes on in other aspects. I know you train at your grandpa's. He's got a little arena cross track built for you with the whoops and jumps and bowl turns. Where'd you practice at yesterday? You said you rode for 2.5 hours. Where was that at?
Uncle rides. He has a long, pretty good turn track.
Okay, talk a little bit about what makes it a turn track.
There's like
A lot of turns.
Yeah, there's a bunch of turns, and
So you weave your way through a field that has turns and ruts that Austin made, and when he started it, and now you go over and what do you practice in your turns?
there's one jump and a bunch of ruts and turns.
Yep.
And then I practice keeping it moving in the turns, using the clutch so you don't bog,
Yep.
and keeping your foot up high.
Okay, so all the good technique of turning. So I would say there's probably at least 20 turns in one area where you just constantly practice turning. Okay, you had your sisters out there practicing with you and Jordan Coon. So it was a pretty nice day, made it great. You got to ride for 2.5 hours. The weather was beautiful. So good day of track practice. Okay, where else do you practice?
Billy Moorhead's MX Motocross Raceway.
Okay, Mountaineer MX Racing up in Canvas, West Virginia. So what do you practice up there? What advantage does that give you?
That's most of a track,
Okay,
but
so
it's not too
more
much.
race situations?
Yeah, it's not too much like arena cross because it's more
It's an outdoor
spread
track.
out.
Yeah, it's an outdoor track, but you get to actually line up on the starting gate with other riders, get a gate drop, practice passing and stuff. Okay, so you've got 3 great places to practice and prepare. Let's go to our last photo here and tell us a little bit about what this photo is.
That's my bike down in the corner of our trailer getting ready to go to Las Vegas.
Yep, it's headed that way starting today, actually. It's on its way to Las Vegas. So you have your gear bag there, and your bike's, since it's the littlest bike making the trip, it is shoved up in the nose cone of a V-nose trailer, and got your gear bag on top of it, and it's getting ready to take a pretty long trek.
Yep.
Yep, okay, so first stage is underway. Bike is on its way along with your gear. All right, well, knowing that that's what you're doing and that's what you're using to plan to meet your goal of 2 hours of physical fitness over a 7-day period, so 2 hours a day, you got a lot of work in front of you. Think you'll be able to do it?
Yeah.
All right, you got until next Monday. So what's your game plan the rest of the week? You still going to play with Alex today, tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll probably run on the treadmill since it's going to
Run on the
rain.
treadmill because it's going to be raining?
Yep.
I look forward to seeing this happen. Running on the treadmill. That'll be interesting. Okay, and then Thursday, game plan?
Riding again.
Riding Friday?
Riding.
Riding some more Saturday?
We'll take a break, and then Sunday we'll go to
So you'll
Billy Moorhead's
Yep,
track.
up at Mountaineer Raceway. You're going to race up there. So on Sunday, there's a race up in Summersville. Okay, and then that leaves Monday. So you're closing in. You got your game plan. You think you'll be able to complete your goal?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to thank my sponsors for supporting me, getting me to Las Vegas. Hot Rods Racing, Mr. Skids Racing, AXO, Pirelli, Swallowtail Soaps, Hog Wild Creations, Motomom Books, Mountaineer MX Park, that is Billy Moorhead, Magnum Distributes, and Specialty Graphics.
Yep, all right. So you get a lot of help to go where you need to go and a lot of good people helping you out. Your Uncle Rod has a track for you. Your grandpa has a specific track for you that he's working on constantly. And you got a lot of good people behind you. So good deal. Lots of physical activity. And again, it's the Relay for Life, the Relay Recess. We're talking about fitness this week. And who else do we need to thank for this show? Cena's waving at you.
Yeah.
What's our tagline?
Sponsored by A&M Digital Technologies.
Oh, no.
Technology.
All right, so as always, the producers of the show, A&M Digital Technologies, Joe and Cena McDonald, who own and run a technology business here in Spencer, West Virginia. Great supporters of the shows we do and helping us do these shows and convert them over to podcasts and all that good stuff. So A&M Digital Technologies, make sure you check them out on the web. All right, Cael, good job. Lots of exercise in your future, young man. And for a great cause, Relay for Life. So get out there and support your local Relay for Life event, support your local businesses. And this is 5 Minutes Outside with Cael, and we're out of here.
Hi, Mom, if you're watching.